Hey guys, it's Chris Mitchell here with ClerkHound, and today I'm going to show you an exciting new report about our product sales report. And what's cool about this is while you've been able to track this data individually on individual products in the past, now you can get a really good overview about how your products are doing and even fine-tune that search within ClerkHound. Let's go ahead and see how this works. First, I'm going to double click on product sales report, and I can filter it by any date over here to the left. I'm going to go ahead and choose last month because I want to find out how well one of my capos is selling. So I'm going to choose last month, and of course you notice that ClerkHound populates the dates, and I'm going to choose group by product. Now I'm going to run that report, and it's going to run all 600 and so reports and get them lined up. It doesn't really take too long to pull that many off of the server, so it pulls them. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and filter that by the product. So if I click OK, under my product, how many Power Grip capos did I sell last month? Now I'm going to double click that or choose select, and you can see it gives me a total of 10. Now here's what's really cool. It shows you your total cost, your total price of sale, your discount, and of course your profit. So actually I did really well off of that last month. My cost was only $6.60 and I profited $128.31. That is excellent for when you need to track what you're really making money off of in ClerkHound. You know, if you don't look at your data at a glance like this, it's really hard to tell. But let's go ahead and do this again. I'm going to do no filter, and now I'm going to select. It's going to pull up every product again. Let's go ahead and look up supplier. Let's say I want to see how much I sold from Fender last month. So double click it again, and you can see that I had a total cost of $15.05. Total price of $23.86.88, and they get a profit of $881.06. Now what's cool about that is if I said, okay, if I average that out to $881 times 12, I'm going to make somewhere in the neighborhood of $9,000, $9,600 to $10,000 a year off of Fender. That's pretty good. That's actually a pretty good profit. But let's say I did something even better. Let's say I said, okay, what about that product I found last time? And I said, what about that one guitar filter that I sold, that one guitar capo. So I'm going to double click that again, and I said, okay, wait, I sold 10 that month. I said, okay, what does that average out to? I could either run the entire filter for last quarter and last year and find out what I sold all year, or I could come up over to my products and I could type in power grip, and this gives you the metric view. So what's really cool about that is if I view the metrics, you can see that I'm averaging about 485, and then in May and in April, I sold a higher number of 11 in May, June and 10, July I sold 12. Now, I was running out of them in August, so I did a mass order of 600. And it shows that I received 600 in inventory. And you can see by the time I received that 600, I'm already down to 590 from that month. So that does show that I'm averaging about 10, 12 a month, which means I'm going to sell about 85 to 100 a year. And that's a really, really cool feature where ClerkHound shows you how you can really track products and what they're selling and what you're making off of them so that you know not only what you need to order in the future, but also is that product making you enough money? And that's really, really super cool. That's a great feature in ClerkHound, and we're finally glad to add it. It's just super, super cool. The other thing you can do, let's say I want to do a sales report, a product sales report, and I want to run it, let's just do this month. I'm only on the 4th of November right now, so I'm going to run that report, and I'm going to group it by product, run it. This will be a pretty fast report, right? But let's say I want to see what I've done in labor this month. So I type in labor, and it can show me just how much that Justin's done in labor this month. I can see that he's got that in there, and that's $210 worth of labor. You know, as a couple of band instruments we've got repaired, and that shows me exactly what I've got done in ClerkHound for labor in this product. Now remember, this can work with anything. This can work with, you know, whatever your store is. Right now we're serving lawnmower repair centers. We've got even food trucks using ClerkHound, and you can really track, hey, how much did I sell of this one product last year, last month, last quarter? And it really gives you a great overview of what you need to do in ClerkHound to maximize those profits. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day and enjoy those reports.